Yeah.
Hi everybody, my name is Sarah Lastry and I am the cookbook author of the Dairy Gourmet and the new cookbook, The At Home Gourmet. And tonight we're going to do What's for Dinner Tonight. It's going to be a weekly blog, hopefully, every Monday night or every Tuesday night or every Wednesday night, whichever night we could think of, to do a little bit of a cooking segment and show you what we're doing for dinner tonight. So tonight's dinner is going to be garlic chicken with a maple chili glaze. And we're going to start with our regular quarter chicken, or chicken legs you could do chicken wings that actually hopefully will come out very good on chicken wings as well. We're going to start making the breading for the chicken. We're going to start with, very simply, 1 cup of soy milk, since we can't use regular milk. I'm going to do that right now. Okay, we're going to take an egg. Check, make sure there's no blood spots. And then we're going to do about a teaspoon of lemon juice. Usually the cap is about a teaspoonful. And then we're going to whisk it so that we can dip our chicken into it. But first we have to start with our breading of sorts. I'm going to do that right now. Okay, once that has a good whisk, put that to the side. Okay. Then we're going to take about a cup of flour. Now I have my flour in a canister like this, but it's actually very easy, as I say it, to pull out and do, and it's always there. So I'm going to take about a cup of flour. And I like to do, when I'm breading things, I like to do it on a paper plate. It's an easy cleanup. Okay. And then we're going to use the good stuff, some really fun spices that hopefully most of you have in your house. If not, you could always substitute some things. So what we're going to do is take a little parsley, add it to our flour, take a little thyme, add it to our flour. Then we're going to go to the chili powder. I'm going to do, I'd say, about a teaspoon worth of chili powder. Now, all depending on how spicy you like things, that's how much you should put in. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of smoked paprika. McCormick's makes a great smoked paprika. We're going to sprinkle that into our flour. Then we're going to do the secret ingredient, the ground marjoram. Now, marjoram is a spice that a lot of Moroccans use in their cooking, which I am Moroccan. If you don't have it, you could leave it out. If you can find it in this little small container, it's a great spice to add to your cabinet. It works in a lot of great Middle Eastern cooking recipes, and even some good Spanish cooking recipes, which might be even Middle Eastern. Okay, we're going to take our salt, and we're going to salt our chicken. And I always use kosher salt. I try to stay away from iodine salt. And then I'm going to take fresh ground pepper. If you don't have fresh ground, you can take regular black pepper that you have from the can. I'm going to sprinkle it on my chickens. And then I'm going to dip my chicken into the egg mixture, bread it with the flour mixture, and then I'm going to have about a half a cup of oil, if not a little bit more than a half a cup of oil, heating up in my skillet to pan fry or to pan sear these chicken legs. So here we go. We're going to dip. Okay. And then a little toss over here. We're going to dip. Get it all nice and coated. And I would recommend maybe even a repeat dip with the milk. I mean, so much the milk, the soy milk. And again with the flour. Now, once you have your chicken nicely coated, okay, lay it gently into your hot pan. Now, a good way to test your pan is to, you hear that sizzle? It's going to be good. Okay, and then you continue to do it with the rest of the chicken pieces. There, stop it. Okay, flip over the chicken as you see it browning, and look at the nice coating that we're getting on these chickens. They could actually be even a little bit browner, maybe, before we flip. I'll let those stay. Okay, so we flipped over our chicken, and we're going to let them go for another 2 to 3 minutes in the pan, getting the tops nice and brown. We're going to let it stay for a minute, and then we're going to move on to our potatoes. which are going to be on the bottom. So we're going to take our red potatoes and we're going to slice them in quarters. Keep the peels on, just scrub them so that you get all the like dirt on, or actually off. Okay, so we have our red potatoes. If you don't like red potatoes, you can use Yukon Gold potatoes. If you don't want to have to cut them, you can use little baby mini red potatoes. All of these should work for this recipe. And here we go, we've quartered our potatoes. Now I like 1 potato per person, assuming that we're 3 or 4 people tonight. So I think I just did my 4th potato. Okay. Now we're going to take our onion, Spanish, Vidalia, yellow, whichever onion you have in the house. We're going to also quarter and slice this. I'm going to take everything out, put it into our bowl here. Okay. And then when this chicken is ready, we're going to remove the chicken into our big skillet, and we're going to add the potatoes to the pan with all the good yummy drippings of the chicken. So here we have quartered up our onions. Oh, missed some skin. Now some people like to wash their onions because of the bug issue. If you take off a nice big enough layer, you don't have to, but ask your local rabbi. That's it. Okay, so now we have our potatoes and our onions. And we're going to check our chicken and see how they're doing here. Okay, they still need a little bit of time. I'm going to crank up the heat a little bit. And we'll be right back. Okay, so my chicken is getting nice and brown in the skillet over here in the hot oil. What we're going to do is we're going to lower the heat a little bit, and we're going to remove the chicken from the pan into a cast iron Dutch oven. If you don't have a Dutch oven, you could use a regular aluminum 9x13. Okay, we're going to add our chicken. Here. Okay. And now we're going to take the same pan that we had here with all the oil. We're going to scrape up all the good bits on the bottom. Okay, and we're going to add our potatoes to the oil. In the meantime, also get your oven on to 375. Let's preheat it because we're going to add the chicken in its entirety to the oven to bake. First we're going to add our onions. We're going to let it cook in the oil a little bit. We're going to turn back up our heat. We're going to add a little bit of salt. Add a little pepper. And the same spices that we added to our chicken flour, we're going to add to our potatoes. So a little bit of tarragon, a little bit of parsley. Okay, a little bit of that marjoram. Not too much, just a pinch. Okay, just so that we make sure that the flavors are throughout. Okay, we're going to add a little bit of chili powder. Now, just because I love the taste, I'm going to add a little bit of the smoked sweet paprika. Gives it a nice smoky flavor once it comes out. It also gives it a great little red color. And for that extra little heat, if the chili powder is not enough, really just a sprinkle of cayenne pepper. Gives it that nice little robust heat, and so I barely put anything in. Now my potatoes are going to cook in this oil. I'm going to let it cook down for like about 5 to 8 minutes, just till they get a little bit of soft in here. Okay, as those are cooking, we're going to take the onions that we quartered, and we're just going to do a little bit more of a slice to them. Just like that. It up. I'm going to add this to our potatoes. Now, it's a classic twist on chicken and potatoes. It's a twist on the classic chicken and potatoes. And here we go. We're just going to add that to our potatoes. Now, we called it garlic chicken. So, of course, we're going to need that garlic. So here we go. And we're going to take 20 cloves of peeled garlic. Now, you can either peel them yourselves, or there's great pots now out on the market that has peeled garlic cloves. And we're just going to take these garlic cloves that are already pre-peeled, one got away from me, and we're going to add it to our skillet. And we're going to give a good toss to everything. Okay, and we're going to let this cook for about 5 minutes. When this is ready, we're going to pour this on top of the chicken, and then we're going to do our glaze. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, so now we've cooked our potatoes and our onions and our garlic all together for about 5 to 10 minutes on the stovetop. And now we're going to pour all this deliciousness over our chicken that's in this skillet. We've got all the good bits and pieces here. All down to the bone. We're going to lay it up on top of the chicken. Just like so. I'm going to turn off the oven. Okay, and then we're going to take this cast iron pot, this Dutch oven, or your 9x13 aluminum, and we're going to put it into the oven uncovered for about 30 to 40 minutes, or until the chicken is cooked. Here we go. Okay, now we're going to do the glaze. Okay, so now we put the chicken in the oven. It's going to cook for about 30 to 40 minutes. And now we're going to do the glaze, the maple glaze that goes on top of the chicken right before you serve it. It's actually quite delicious. So you take about a cup of maple syrup, and try to get pure maple syrup. And you're going to add it to a bowl. Then you're going to get Dijon mustard, Grey Poupon, or whatever kind of mustard that you like. Let me just open this. So we can put it in. Sorry, I'm going to use my teeth. And you're going to put in about 1.5 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. And then I like to put in this product, which is the bone sucking mustard. If you don't have it, you can leave it out. It's actually a great little product. I use it on a lot of my stuff. And also not opened. So I'm going to open it now. I've got a teaspoon of that. Rinse this off. Which gives it nice flavor and a nice color. And then we're going to do a little bit of heat again. And we're going to add a little bit of the chili powder to this glaze. Now, you don't have to do it if you feel that it's too hot for you. So leave it out, and we're going to add a little bit of salt, just to bring out that sweet maple flavor. Take your brush that you're going to use to glaze, mix, and when the chicken is ready, put it aside, and when the chicken is ready, you're going to have this beautiful glaze to put on top of the chicken. And it's going to be so delicious. Now here you'll see the chicken is all ready, nice and juicy, and the potatoes are soft to the fork. It can be picked down, and the juices are nice and clear. Looks pretty good. And now we're going to glaze it and get ready for it to be served. The chicken out of the oven, and now we're glazing it. We took that glaze that we made before, and we're just going to brush it on the top of the chicken and on the potatoes. And then this garlic chicken is going to be ready.